the top part of this is just another little workout with costs. So from our total costs, we can see that our fixed costs must be 10. Those are the costs that are still paid when our output is 0. And variable costs at 0 are always 0. So fixed costs, once we know that they're 10, they're always 10. Fixed cost is fixed, doesn't change, same at every output level. And we can find variable costs by subtracting the fixed cost from the total cost. Like that. And then average variable cost, we divide the variable cost by the quantity, so we don't have anything at 0 because we don't have an average. 11, 10, 3 and 10 and 1/3, sorry. 11, and this is 11 and 4/5, and this one is 12 and 2/3. Marginal cost, the change in total cost as we produce one more unit. So we have the first one was 11, 9, 11, 13, 15, and 17. So how many pizzas will be produced at different prices? Well, we can compare the price to the marginal cost. So when the price is 17, we're going to produce 6. All of these have price less than marginal cost, marginal cost less than price. We want to produce all these. Stop when they're equal, which is at 6. Total revenue is 17 times 6, 102. And the profit is 102 minus 86, or 16. So that's a good high price. At 15, we want to produce 5. At 13, we'll produce 4, and that is 52 is our total revenue. 52 minus 54 is negative 2. So now there's a loss. But, you know, $2 is still better than if we produce nothing and we'd have $10 as our cost, as our loss. At 11, we'll produce 3. We always want to produce the upward part of the marginal cost curve. So 3, 33, and negative 8. And then when the price is 10, I guess we'll produce 2 there, and that would be 20, negative 10. And 9 produce, well, you know, at 9, let's say we produce 0. Total revenue is 0, but, okay, so this is the supply curve. This part. And we can see how it compares to the marginal cost curve. You know, these pieces here, they're the same. Right? 17 and 6, that corresponds. 15 and 5, 13 and 4. So it's the same, marginal cost curve is the same as the supply curve above the minimum point. So average variable cost is its lowest here, and that's where we want to stop producing anything, and we want to shut down. So this is just a little exercise to take us through and see that correspondence between the marginal cost curve and the supply curve. So the supply curve shifts up, slopes up. Because it's the same as the marginal cost curve, and the marginal cost curve slopes up. And the marginal cost curve slopes up because of diminishing marginal returns. Right, because marginal product you might have some increasing marginal product at first, but then you're going to have decreasing marginal product. That's why you have increasing marginal cost. That's why the supply curve looks the way that it does. If we did this in a graphic form instead of the table, we'd have our marginal cost curve like this. Average cost, average variable cost. And if we were going to trace out, you know, the supply curve is how much is produced at every quantity, at every price, you know, so at this price, this is how much is produced, right? This is a point on the supply curve. This quantity at that price. And here's another point. So you can see that at all the points for any price whatsoever that we draw, the supply curve, which is the correspondence of the price and the quantity produced, is the same as the marginal cost curve that's showing us the marginal cost of that quantity until we are here. So this is the shutdown point. At that point, we don't want to produce anything, so we sort of zero output. And this stretch, this supply marginal cost curve above the minimum average variable cost curve, is the same as the supply curve. So let me know if you have any questions.